Welcome to this gadget channel, and this is a more expensive gadget than I usually review as we try to bring the price down to usually $30 or less, but this one is a little more expensive and decided to review it here. This is the Tablet or Windows tablet, the Digital 2 tablet. It's an 8-inch Windows tablet PC, and it has a real Windows 8.1. It's not the Windows RT. That's not useful at all for pretty much everyone. This is the real Windows 8.1 in this little tablet. So this I've been using for about a month, and what made me buy it is, first of all, I wanted something cheap to bring with me. I wanted something that would actually do what I want also. Not like an iPad or a Android tablet where you don't really do all you want. This tablet is a real Windows tablet, so it means you install your software like in a real computer on it. The specs for this device is first of all, the screen is 8-inch. It is a 800 by 1280 resolution. It is a Intel quad-core Bay Trail Z3735. This is a Intel chip, and it's actually a nice little device. It's clocked at 1.33 gigahertz, and it supports an internal flash drive that is 16 gigabytes, and it has 1 gigabyte of RAM memory. Has an HDMI out and 1 micro USB port. It also has a micro SD card slot, so you can add storage to it. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a touch screen device, which is this. Very nice, actually very responsive. It's a very surprising device actually. I've used it. It does respond very well to pretty much everything. And I've installed a few pieces of software. I've been using it a lot on the web, and works really well. And if you're looking for something not too expensive, this is around $100 to $120 depending on where you're gonna buy it. I paid 120 bucks for it. I've seen as low as 89. I also seen it as high 175. I'd say if you pay around 100, 120, you're getting a decent price for this device. If you're getting close to 200, it's too expensive for what it is though. So it is a real Windows 8.1 device, which means that, you know, you just have a desktop, you work as you want. It has an online keyboard, an on-screen keyboard, so when you actually go to web pages, you simply, you know, go here and you have your keyboard that you can type stuff on. It's not too bad in response, and actually is a nice little device. Screen is very beautiful, very bright with all the settings. It responds well with Windows 8.1 with, for example, the charms bars you see here, or the app bar when you have many apps open. There's a little Windows here that you just, you know, touch to get back to your start screen. Very responsive, works very well. That is one thing that I like. It actually boots up fast, and it's a very, very efficient machine. But here are the buts. The buts: it is only 16 gigabyte storage. So to give you an idea, 16 gigabytes is very small, and this is pretty much what's left on the device once you've actually you know, got things installed and worked with it for a month. That's not a lot, but thank God there's a micro USB slot that you have right here at the top, and thanks to that I've added a 32 gigabyte SD card, micro SD card. So you can actually, you know, put all your videos and your files and pictures on the SD card to leave as much free on the main C drive. Now you can extend a little more that C drive because the tablet has a recovery partition that is a little more than 4 gigabytes. So if you remove that recovery partition by sending the operating system on a USB stick, then of course you can add 4 gigabytes to that total. So this is not a workhorse machine. If you're looking for something with storage and all of that, this is not what you're looking for. But if you're looking for a quick tablet that does a real Windows job, that's just fast enough to do the things you want, it does a great job for that. Of course, it has only 1 gigabyte RAM, so that means that when you do one operation and have one window open, it's not bad. But when you have more than one window open, if you have multiple windows at the same time, then you see that it gets sluggish because it has to work around the fact that 1 gigabyte is not a lot of space for all the different programs running in memory. I wish this would have had at least 2 gigabytes. I think it would have been a little better with 2 gigabytes. And, you know, frankly, to the price of RAM today, I think it would have been, even if they would have charged, you know, $5 more, it would have given a tablet that can actually do a lot more. The graphics processor is an Intel graphics chip. It does an okay job at what it is, but this is not a gaming machine, that's for sure. It has a front-facing camera here and also a back camera. Both are 2 megapixels, not a lot, and frankly, not fantastically good, but for, you know, Skype and stuff like that, it's okay. You just won't, you know, make memories, you know, movies of all your vacation with this, that's for sure. And anyways, you won't have any space left on the 16 gigabyte unless you put a huge micro SD card. One of the things that's interesting is this is Windows 8.1 with Bing, as they call it. So that's why the price of the tablet is actually low. It means that the Windows was free to the manufacturer. It comes with a 1-year Office 365 subscription, and it says here on the box. So if you are someone that needs to open Word, Excel, PowerPoint documents, stuff like that, you actually have a 1-year Office 365 subscription, which is actually interesting and nice. Did I have any problems with it? Yes, one major problem when I bought it is that the driver for Wi-Fi is actually flawed. And so I had to use find actually a Windows 8 compatible driver for it, and there was one available, but unfortunately the biggest drawback of this tablet is that the company that makes this digital to tablet actually does not have drivers online, which is completely dumb. I mean, you really need those. So I found actually a Wi-Fi driver on another website for another device, but it actually was the same Wi-Fi chip. So I tried it and it did update. And since I updated, actually everything went well. It has Bluetooth, so you can add devices to it. And actually I've added, for example, a Bluetooth keyboard. If you want to type a little more on this tablet, then instead of using the on-screen keyboard, you can pair a nice little Bluetooth keyboard with it, which will make it work well. It boots up very fast. This is one of the things that I like about this device. Very, very fast boot time. And like I said, if you stick with the fact that you have only 1 or 2 windows open doing stuff, it stays pretty fast, pretty crisp, and I think it's actually a very nice device for that. And you know, just plug in a micro SD card and you actually frankly have a very, very amazing device. And as you see here, it responds very well. It's a multi-touch screen. So, and as you see, It's pretty surprising the speed at which it actually responds to whatever I'm asking. So it's pretty nice for that. But it's not a workhorse, and if you have a lot of stuff to do, multiple windows, this might not be for you. But for the price, I mean, for $100 you got a real Windows computer. You actually can do pretty much what you want since it has a real Windows. It does not have a CD, that's for sure. What you do is you have a micro USB right here, micro USB, and a micro HDMI here. So these are available, and you can actually buy yourself a little adapter like this. This is a micro USB to USB adapter. So you plug in whatever device you might need. The only drawback, it really needs to be very low power. You cannot put anything that requires, you know, you won't power a small hard drive, for example, with this. It's kind of not powerful enough for that. The micro HDMI is nice because you can actually output this screen to any TV, any HD TV. It has, of course, a little plug for earphones. It has stereo sound here. Sound is not great. If you're listening to videos and stuff like that, it is not that fantastic. And if you boost the volume too much, it actually distorts a lot. So you're better off, you know, just bringing along a pair of headphones with it. But if, you know, basically you want a small tablet that will, you know, enable you, for example, to read your ebooks, do a little bit of work, not a lot, just a little bit of work, browse the web, and, you know, just in case you need to have a real machine, a real Windows machine for something, well, this is pretty much in what you have. And for $120, it's frankly surprising what it does. I've used it now for a month and been happy with it, actually. And you know what? I was expecting something much worse than it is, actually. I see that on the websites where I've looked at the reviews, a lot of people just give it 2 stars, 2.5 stars. But you know what? You can't expect to have a fantastic machine for $120. And I think that's the biggest problem of these reviews. Put into perspective that you've got a real Windows computer for $100, and I think you'll really see that it's actually a 4-star product for the price. Of course, if you compare it, you know, if I compare this machine to my Toshiba laptop that I've paid $800 for, it's not in the same game, that's for sure. But this is a heck of a lot more portable and interesting, and that's for sure. So this is a Digital 2 8-inch Windows tablet PC, and it's available on the web, and here it's also available in Staples across Canada. And so if you got it for $100, $120, you've got a hell of a deal. I've seen it at $89.99 on the web. If you pay $89.99 for this, you've got a great deal, and you'll really like it. And since it's a real Windows machine, you can bet that you can upgrade this to Windows 10 when it comes out in 2015 also. So that's also something to think about. If you enjoy our videos, why not subscribe to our channel? You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions about this device, let us know. And hopefully you'll come back to our channel. Thank you for watching.